Hello everyone, I am so excited to create this video for you guys. This is what the plan is. We are going to download a random malware from the internet and then we are going to see what is it all about. We will be performing static analysis, which is basically gathering as much info as possible without actually running the malware. Just a disclaimer before we start. This video is solely for educational and informational purposes. You need to be really careful with the malware because it can destroy your data, and I will not be responsible for any misuse, damage, or illegal activity. Alright, so let me give you a little background of the setup here. I am running Flare VM in a completely isolated environment. It's basically a virtual machine running on ESXi. Flare VM is a virtual machine appliance. You can download it from FireEye website. It has most of the tools you would need for malware analysis. You need to be really careful if you're spinning up Flare VM in your environment. It needs to be on a completely isolated network. You can either put it on a separate subnet, separate VLAN, but you need to make sure this network cannot talk to your regular network, because just in case while downloading a malware or analyzing a malware you end up running it, it's going to corrupt everything, or it's going to cause issues with your entire network, and you don't want to lose your data. So you need to be really careful when you're setting up a Flare VM. All right, now let's go ahead and download a malware. So I'm going to open up Google Chrome, go to a website called Malware Bazaar. All right, I'm going to click on browser. I'm not a robot. It's a great community where other cybersecurity professionals, they will upload a sample if they come across any new malware. So I'm just going to go ahead and download some random malware. Let's say we download this guy right here. So I'm just going to click on that. And I'm going to click on download sample. I'm going to click on download. You can see it says zip password is infected. So it's probably going to be a zip file. We're going to have to extract it, and the password for that file is going to be infected. So I'm just going to copy this malware, which we just downloaded. I'm going to create a folder on the desktop called malware. And I'm going to save that file here. Perfect. All right, so let's extract this file. So I'm going to click on extract here. I'm going to type the password. All right, I'll click on OK. All right, perfect. So we have a malware file. All right, so we're going to start with identifying the file. The first thing we want to look at is the file hex. We're going to use this tool called HXD. I'm going to drag the file and drop it here. And I'm just going to pull up UAC, click on yes. All right, perfect. So if you look at the first two bits here, 4D5A, and if you look at the decoded text, it says MZ. This means it's a portable executable file. Just to give you an example, I'm just going to go on Google and type in hex file type identifier. I'm going to pull up the first link, the wiki link. I'm going to do Control F, 4D space 5A, and right there it tells you it's an executable file. And if you look for this word called PE, portable executable, this is where the PE header starts. And you can scroll down. So that all is the PE header information here. All right, so now we know what the file type is. We're going to go back. We're going to use another tool called exe info PE to look at the PE header. So I'm going to again drag the file and drop it here. All right, perfect. This is actually really important. So if you look at the bottom here, it says not packed. What does that mean? So this basically means this file is not compressed. Normally, malware writers, they would often pack the files, which is basically compressing a file, which makes it difficult to analyze. This tool is really nice because it would tell you if the file is packed or not, and it will also give you information on how you can basically unpack it. It will tell you the name of the software you can use to unpack the malware. So we have some great information on the file. We know the file is executable. We know the file is not packed. We even have the file size. Next, we are going to look at the hash of the file. You would ask me why hash is important. So instead of using file names, hashes are unique, and you can use multiple hash algorithms like MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256, and can look up those hashes on sites like VirusTotal. If the malware has already been analyzed by a researcher, this is a great way to save your time and effort. Let me show you how that works. I am going to use a great tool called PE Studio. I'm going to drag the file and just drop it here. I'm going to wait for it to open. Perfect. This tool is great because it'll tell you the file type, which we already discovered. It's an executable. It'll tell you it's a 32-bit. And this is the hash value. It's a MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the value here and go to VirusTotal website. Sorry about the typo. All right, let's open up the website here. Click on search. I'm going to copy the hash here. All right, perfect, great. So we have some amazing information here. So this malware was analyzed by 32 security vendors, and one sandbox has flagged this file as malicious. You can see all the different security vendors. They are pretty well known: Google, Avast, Malwarebytes, and so on. I mean, you can scroll down and see, and you can find more information on the malware as well. If I go to details here, we'll get the MD5. So I'm just going to open up this. So MD5 hash ends with D7. SHA-1 ends with B47. If I do a comparison here, B47. So this kind of verifies that the file we are looking at, it's not been modified. Exactly the same file we are seeing it in VirusTotal. You can even see the history, the creation time, created in 2022. The first submission was, it seems like a pretty recent malware. So the first submission was 20th February 2023. And if I scroll further down, you can find all kind of information: compiler, what kind of compiler it's using. You can also go to behavior, and it will give you information on what the malware does. You can have a look at contacted IP address. It could be the command and control server it's trying to communicate. All right, if we go back to PE Studio here, just wanted to quickly show you. So this is where we had a look at the hash values and everything. You don't even need to go on VirusTotal website. You can actually go here under VirusTotal tab, and you can see all sort of good information here. It basically gives you, just like we saw it on the website, the security vendors will give you information on that. And in this tool, you can get so much great information: directories, libraries, strings. I don't want to make this video extremely long, so I'm just gonna stop here. But if you guys are interested, I can make another video and dig deeper into strings and dynamic analysis and all that kind of stuff. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and have an amazing day.